Got a box? Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and I thought we would take this oatmeal box and turn it into something fun. So let's break it down, keeping it together but just freeing the edges. This one comes apart pretty easily. You can also do this with a granola box, any kind of box that you have. This one is not super thick, not super thin, so it's actually perfect for a lot of junk journal stuff. And here we have this beautiful side, and we have this beautiful side. So I thought we would do is, I have a plethora right now of scraps. So I was looking for that the other day. It fell in my scrap bucket. There it is. Huh, okay. There, retrieved. I'm just going to turn this into a big masterboard. What does that mean? I'm just going to cover it with collage and a bunch of scraps to take things that I've just been piling up on the side. And oh, here's a great picture that just popped out of there. Hey, that you are never too old to wear a bikini, and I'm sticking by that. Yeah, go mama. All right, we're going to turn this into a masterboard. You can use anything you want. I'm going to use Scotch Create glue stick. It's a harder glue stick to find these days, but maybe you might have an Amazon Basics all-purpose glue stick. There you go. I sound like a commercial. But really, we're always on the quest for a good glue stick. And everybody has, oh, that's an interesting little glob. I think it's ink. Let's just go with that. We all have different needs, wants, and desires for our glue stick. I know it's a deep topic. And people have very strong feelings about their glue as crafters. I'm almost at the butt end of this one. There you go. Proof in the pudding. But I like one that has a very strong hold, but is somewhat creamy to use, so it's easy to use. But it's not so creamy that it just mushes on your page and you just lose everything. Okay, let me see what I have here. Stop babbling. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to put the paper down. And it might not go perfectly on the edges, but that's okay. I can trim the edges later. That's right. We can do things later. So I'm going to put things over here in this pile. I don't know if you can see that pile of me. Okay, maybe a general pile over here. I don't know if Bathing Suit Mama's going to make it on here. But I'm just finding odd things. Like this is a cool little piece. Thinner pieces here. Maybe I'll put a thinner piece up here. I can do that. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Oh, got a lot of these little colored pieces. Got lots of white pieces. And you can do white pieces. Nothing wrong with those in there. Got some cardstock, some paper stock like copy paper weight. Here's some little odd pieces of whatnot. Need some bigger pieces. Here, what's this? This is some random piece of an odd book page. Let's just put that down. All right. There we go. Well, okay, now I have something here that needs a little help. There's a space. I'm just going to fill it in. And this is a great way to use up scraps. If you've got scraps laying around and you need something to do with them, here you go. Here's another one of these great little scrap things that sometimes we just end up getting rid of. But really, if you take a second, they all have great use. And sometimes you'll put something down and you'll think, oh, I still have this other stuff I'd like to use. You can just plow right over it. That's right. And you can just layer on top of. It's all good. Here, I've got little fabric scraps. You can add those too. Now let me get something on that area down here before it dries. Oh, I've got this. This is kind of nice. Little piece of old newspaper or something. I'll put that on there. And what's that? That's a little area. Oh, that's more of that. I want something different. Look for something different. Anything different. Okay, how about this? There we go. We need something in here maybe. All right. There we go. Okay, so now we have that. Now this is not glued yet, so let's put some glue down here. Can you still see? Yeah. All right, so hope everybody is having a wonderful day. You guys are having fun crafting away with your paper. It's always a good day when you're crafting with your paper. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Almost done. I've almost used all of this glue. And I always feel good about when I complete a glue stick because I feel I got my money's worth. Now I could dig in there and get that out, but that's not going to happen. All right, here we go. Oh, let's see over here. I do like these little old advertisements and stuff. They're really cool. And you can use, this is from an old dictionary. And let's see, I'm going to put some of these down. These are kind of cool. Oh, I need a new glue stick. Where? Hang on. Stop the presses. I guess we can use this one. It's right here. Let's keep the presses rolling. You could do the same thing with a little glue stick. This one has a different consistency. It's not as clear. It's a little more opaque. I don't know what that means, but I mean, I know what opaque means, but I don't know what the difference in the consistency of the glues. I think this is not quite as strong, but it's still pretty darn good. We'll give it a pretty darn good ruling from the glue aficionados. Not quite as strong in its gluage, but still pretty good. All right. Dab that off there because I'm going to be trimming that. And now I have this. Where do I want to put this? I don't know. It's all so much to take into consideration. Well, I feel like this glue stick is not as sticky. Yeah, it's good. It's just not great. You know what I mean? There's a difference in the world of glue. Now there's a lot of plain here. I think I can see the oatmeal through there, so maybe we want to cover that up a little bit more. What have I got here? I've got something with color on it. Here, that's got color. That's got color. I'm going to try and use up what I have. This little odd piece. That's kind of a cool piece. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm done that. Throw that out, Pam. It's out. It's gone. Okay. I might have to get a bigger glue stick because we could be here for years gluing with this. But sometimes that's all you have. And you work with what you got. I mean, hey, maybe it's a flour and water day for your glue. You know, we never know where we're at or what we're doing, but there's always a way to craft. So here we go. Let's see. I don't like that. There we go. So just, I'm kind of looking at where papers intersect and seeing if I can add to those areas. I think I'd like to put a little more here. Maybe a little, oh, isn't that cute? A little stamp. I don't know what I'm going to do with you yet. No, I haven't decided. Here's more of these. I'm just organizing. All right. We might just have to put Mammy in here. This may be her place. Oh, that's stuck down. Let me see. Let me pick this up. What am I working with here? Okay. I do like her. I might have to sacrifice a little bit of her surroundings. Do I? Let's see where the fold is. There's the fold. This is a solid piece. The entirety of her could be there. And I could build up around her. I could do that. I could do that. She is a little wide though. Not her personally, but maybe I'm going to trim her up a little bit. Just a little bit. So she's going to fit on the page better. Get this white off the bottom. I don't know how this, I think it's from Russia. I bought a bunch of old pictures from Russia. Now I can use these little bits in the crafting too, so don't throw those away. Yeah. Let me put her here. And maybe I'll take some of these plain white strips. And I'm into this tearing mode lately. Been wanting to tear. So here we go. Tearing. And I thought this would be a fun way to use up some old scrap paper too. And I do have some down there. But I thought maybe I'd give her a little bit of a frame. A little torn frame. Let's just try it and see what happens. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to give her a frame. Okay, there we go. Just a little torn frameroo. It's a nice thing to do with torn paper. You can do a lot with it. Tear that away a little bit and get the torn edge in here. But I need the glue. Right. Put the glue down. Get the torn edge in there. And we'll make a little picture frame for Aunt Sally here. All right. Maybe it's Aunt Olga. There we go. A little frame going on here. So she's going to pop a little bit more. And this is just taking regular copy paper. I had some scraps left over and I'm just turning them into something. It's really cool when you can turn your nothings into somethings. It's very rewarding and fulfilling. And let's see. And I guess you might be noticing I'm doing a little bit of longer form videos, and it allows me a little bit more time to get into a deeper project with you guys, which is kind of fun. I've missed doing that. And so here now I am doing that. Let me just tear that off so I have a nice torn edge there too. Okay, now we might have to borrow from Peter. I'm missing a little bit there. Okay, that's okay. We'll just take some of this and we'll stick it in there. How about that? There you go, in there. Could go behind it, but I think I'd like to. And I don't even think it has to be perfectly aligned, because I think maybe like a rough edge might be kind of cool. There. Okay, like that. One more for the bottom, for good measure. All right. Okay. And one last little row here. All right. And we'll open that up just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that. Now we got a nice little frame on Aunt Sally here. I feel like I need a little piece right there. I may have shorted Aunt Sally a little bit, so I'm going to come back in with the save. This is called the save. Running it using thumb tool here over the glue. Came a little close there. It was a close shave for Aunt Sally here, Aunt Olga. There. Now I just built that up a little bit to flare it out a little bit. So there's ways to do that. And there we go. So now this is in the white. That's in the dark, so that pops well. But this is a little light. So this is where you may want to come in with the dauber and some ink and just daub it a little bit. Okay, here's a brown. This is, ooh, look, we have a new brown. It's called Gathered Twigs. It's not really a new color or anything from Distressing. It's just one I haven't opened in about forever. So I'm going to, it's pretty moist, but it's new. But I'm just going to wake it up a little bit so we won't be here all day waiting for it to colorize. So this part and that part's pretty good. But the rest of it, I think it might, and if you back ink it like on a angle, you don't get too much on the front. See, I'm back inking. That's my term now. This is back inking. There we go. This is what I call it. But you don't put too much on the front. You're just really highlighting the edge. And I have to do this because I'm a messy inker. So, oh, I think I just went up the side that was already. It looks fine. I can ink right around. I was gonna leave that white for the pop, but there's still plenty of pop. Anyway, there's no shortage of pop here. This is good. This is real good. Okay, yeah, I think that honors her, and I think that's kind of cool. This is a great way to use up, these Amazon glue sticks. You know, last time I looked, these were not available at Amazon, but if I can find the link, I will put it in the description box down below so you guys can get some if you want to. They're not bad. I mean, they're pretty reasonable, and they work. They're sticky, and they dry. So, but its consistency is a little bit different than the Scotch Create glue stick. It's just a completely different feel, honestly. But they do work. I mean, I haven't really had projects fall apart or anything. I don't know. Have you guys worked with them? What do you think? Maybe those of you who have, maybe you can put your comments down below and let us know. But I mean, they're utilitarian. There's like nothing fancy about them. They're just, you know, regular glue sticks for the average schmo, of which I am. And they work. So you don't always need fancy, expensive stuff. And I learned that with watercolors and with pastels and stuff like that. Because I thought, oh, if I get the fancy stuff, all my work will come out better. And no, that really didn't make the difference. You can just do exciting things with pencil and paper. You don't really have to have super expensive supplies all the time. Okay, so there you're going to see where I need to trim. But I'm going to go ahead and finish collaging this half. So let's put that here. And I can put more things here. Maybe we'll load it up and really see what fun we can have with it. Okay, now there's a little bit of dry glue from the original gluing of the box together. So maybe I'm going to come in here and very gingerly remove this with expert surgical precision. This is probably where I stabbed myself. Okay, I need a good fingernail get in there. Sometimes better than a craft knife. Oh, can I go a little further? Yeah. It just might make a lump, so I'm trying to de-lump it. This is the de-lumpification of the paper. Yeah, it's a very technical term. Yeah, now we're going to put our glue for schmoes. There we go. It is doing its darndest. It's actually laying down a very thick layer of glue. So I'm expecting adherence to be absolutely fine because I'm getting a lot of product down even with a light pressure. But then again, there's half your glue stick is gone, so something to think about. All right, let me just double check what's in here. It's a piece of cardstock. This is all white stuff. Put the white stuff there. What's that? Okay. Oh, this is kind of cool. So maybe we'll put some of these down here, these little remnants of the photo. Just kind of cool. There. Okay. That's kind of cool. All right. And, oh, this is a piece of manila folder. Put some of this in the middle. I can go from top to bottom with that. That's kind of cool. Probably put 2 of those in. Could even overlap a little. Well, that's kind of cool. Got some ink on it. That's okay. That never scared me. I love this piece of old paper with tape on it. Let's put you here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let me move you over a little that way and down. Have I got you covered? Yeah, I think you're pretty good. I think I need a little extra gluage in there though. So you kind of got to see if they're going to overlap something else. You might want to get in there with a little extra glue. Stick and just bring them down. And if you didn't totally cover it, don't sweat it because you can always put something on top there to mask it even more. This is a cool little piece, so yeah. That's a nice little piece. Yeah, maybe we're going to ink that just to make it pop a little bit. It's a quick little way to get your papers to shine. And I'm going to go like this, I think. No, rotate. Oh, let me put more on. I'm going to put some on this so I know exactly where it's going to go. Okay. Might have to trim it a little. That's okay. Okay, there we go. All right, and I need something here. I do have this. Been waiting on me to use this. I know this is just the first top pile of scraps that I grabbed. I'm really trying to be diligent about using. Oh, there's a cool old piece of tape on here that's yellowed. I just love that. I don't know why. I just love that. Yes, you do see this is not covered. It's better if it's covered. It's going to save you. You're not going to be crying buckets of tears because you didn't cover it. I'm going to ink that around. Okay. Is that coming loose? Like you need a little gluous stickus? Okay, so that tape failed after a millennia of being glued. But now it needs to be really glued again, so it's got a second life. All right. Put you there. See, it's okay if I get gluage over here because this is going to be glued anyway. Yeah, okay. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. And we just have that one little piece. What about you? What are you doing? You look like you might fit there. Just about. Oh, not bad, actually. Not bad at all. All right, so we'll just tear you away. Maybe we'll just lightly ink your edges. You didn't even know that was coming. But there, now you're inked. And now we're gonna, let's try and ink it here. You have to be really gentle. I'm gonna do the down technique. Now this is not a super fragile paper, so I feel safe doing that. It's not gonna tear. That's what I believe in my heart of hearts, and if it does, I remind myself, it's only paper, and we can just keep gluing something else on top of it or use something totally different. Now I do have this union of similars, so maybe I wanna put something different down the center. Let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna do the thumb technique again. There we go. I think that's long enough. Okay, so go here. I need my little scissors. Sometimes these little scissors are perfect for snuggling into these little spots. Spot of spots. Oh. I'm gonna just stick that right on there. There, how about that? I'm just using up what I have. Random gluing. I'm not overthinking. I'm not over, oh my goshing myself, anything like that. We're just moving forward. It's moving forward. Okay. Now I still see some over, okay, I don't even know what's on. I'm going to have to trim that first. Okay. Now, this other big part. I think I'm going to, I need something to put central there, like some type of sticker or, I'm over here, I'm coming back. Maybe a black and white sticker. Did I happen to grab one of those? Oh, that's kind of cool though. That would show up very nicely. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Although that would look really cool too. Oh yeah, you know, I don't want it over there. That would look nice. Yeah, let's do that. Sometimes you see something as you're crafting away and you're like, oh, that would look really cool somewhere. Let's put it somewhere. And you do. You find this somewhere. And you put it down. And your day's going really good. Yeah, really good. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. I wanted to make it so it wasn't on the spine. Okay, so now I do want to put something here. So I grabbed some stickers. Let's see. I gotta use my stickers up. Yeah, it's commitment to use stickers. Those are nice. Yep, no. That looks kind of nice. These look kind of nice, but I think that looks better. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. Now, we're gonna take the 3-second test. 1, 2, oh, I got it. Okay, so if I get it to 3, then I have to just glue the whole thing down on the back of the plastic because there's really no more rhyme or reason. Now you can, and I do recommend this, glue, extra glue on the back of these stickers because a lot of times sticker glue is kind of like masking tape. With some companies, it's just not that strong. And I don't want you to be let down by your stickers. I want them to work well for you. I folded my leaf over. Oh, it might be too late. Is it too late? Can I unfold it? Now we're going to have to salvage this little sticker arm of a leaf. Oh, you were so close to being salvaged. So now or never, little leaf. Be yourself. No? All right, I think I'm just going to trim you off then. Oop, hold your breath. It won't hurt much. There we go. Yeah, you never know you were there. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think we got enough on there. Yeah, that's good. All right. So now we have over here. Here's the... Can't pick up anything with these nails. Now there's glue down there. That's the back of the sticker, which you could use as like a mask if you wanted to. But I'm just going to carry on. I'm just going to get rid of these little extra fluffers and put some more glue down. It's going to take me a little longer because it's soft glue, but here we go. We're going to follow the edges first and fill in the center. There we go. I'm going to work on that part first because I seem to be maybe getting ahead of myself a little bit with the gluing because, you know, it's almost not worth it if your glue dries. So you want to slow down, enjoy the process. Here's some interesting old, I don't even know what this is. I like it. Some kind of weird piece of paper. Let's put it on there. Now you are part of it. You're part of the party scene here. Let's put this across the top. And then we'll trim that. Okay. And what are you? Are you? Nope, nothing. We got nothing there. Okay. Do I have to? I have to apparently go diving again. All right, hang on. I'm gonna grab a pile. Not really looking too much at what I grabbed. Here's the pile. Okay, I'm just throwing it. Oh, that's nice. So I have glue down here. I can't sit here and snooze. Let me tear this up a bit. Oop, that wasn't exactly as planned, but it's okay. It will not thwart us. There. Okay, how about that? Then we have this. And we can carry on from over here. Oh, I think I'd like to... Oh, I didn't quite make it to the end. Don't know what I was doing there. That was a random amok. I was running amok. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, there. All right. Still sticky. Let's put something down. All right. And put that there. Okay, got that. I need what's that little, oh, I see my little 6-inch metal ruler. This is really handy if you want to do simple tears, small areas. Yep, I'm gonna take that off. It's like a little sharp edge. Just hold it down firmly. There you go. All right, so that's good. I seem to have a string glued to something somewhere here. Let's see what else we have. We have some pieces of manila. We could work with those. Lots of those. And I got these little bits. I'm going to put the colored little bits over here. There's a lot of white cardstock in here. White pieces, white copy paper pieces. Just sorting my bits. That's an old piece of paper. That's cool. Everything dried? Sure. Okay, so we're not afraid of that. And we can maybe come in here and do something like that. That would be cool. Let's do that. All right, this is an old piece of writing. I must have trimmed an edge off of something, and I have this lovely little edge. And I just love this stuff. It's just so great to add this little bits in here. Alright. Okay, there we go. Very good. Yes. All right, now we're going to take this area. I do have still an area there needed to be filled. And the edge, let's deal with that first. What is this? Oh, that's a pretty stamp. We'll definitely use you. There might be two here. Yeah, you got to check stamps carefully because they do come in little packs sometimes and you might miss it. You might just miss it. All right, that's good. Okay, put that down. That's good. Have something small there. Wait, okay, here we have something colored. Yes, pretty. Okay, get pretty. Put your pretties here. Oh, here goes some weird little dried up old paper, which might come in very handy. Right about here. It's going to fit that little piece perfectly. Look at that little triangle. It's going to go bye-bye. Yep, I think I have to get a little glue under there. And you are going to break, I can tell. So there. Don't break now, no. Okay, so if you're afraid of tearing it, then glue what it's going to. If you can't gingerly, oops, then you're at your end of your glue stick, because that's what happens with these lovely little skinny glue sticks. They come to an end quite quickly. Yes, quite quickly. Okay, down you go. And over here, little bits, little fray-like pieces. These are fun if you've used the decorative edge scissors and you've been trimming. Save those little trims because they make neat little divider pieces. I'll demonstrate. Okay, I've got one here. Wait, I know how to operate a glue stick. I've done this before. I'm just going to take it out of its little house and use the old thumb maneuver. There we go. And then these papers that kind of look alike, I want some definition. So I'm going to put that down there just to give it a little bit of crispness between the elements, defining them ever so. So if you find that you have a lot of stuff that is colored the same way, you can still come in with these weird little pieces and separate them. Like in here could be another piece. Let's just do that. I'll show you how amazing this trick is. You can pretty much use almost every scrap that you have. And not that you have to. Because sometimes we can become so obsessed with using every scrap, we start to lose the fun in it. And I don't want you to lose the fun. So as long as you keep having fun, it's okay. But the minute you're not having fun, I want you to back away and go get a snack. All right, that's the plan. And we stick to it. All right, I already had my snack, so I have no excuse. Okay, there's nothing to glue onto there. That's a split in the paper. All right, so now we're moving on to this last section. I'll just use up the end of this, which I probably won't go very far, and I'm going to have to go get some. Yep, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to get as much out of it as I can. There's some smeary globs. Yep, okay. I have to go in here with the finger. All right. All right, so let me glue stuff down to what I have here on this half of the paper. I can't let go. It's stuck to my fingers. So I can throw all that out, clearing the desk of that, which always feels grand. And this is a bigger piece, so I'll just lay that down there. We have that. And these are all whitey whites. Okay. Here's more of this stuff, but we just put some of that down. I'll look to maybe, what's different font though? We could do that. Yeah, there we go. I don't think I got that far though. Oh, I need a glue stick. Does somebody have a glue stick? Excuse me. Okay, so I'm switching over to the Scotch Permanent Glue Stick, which is what they mail you out now, as opposed to the Scotch Create Glue Stick. I don't really think they even explain it well in the directions, but I'm going to permanent white glue stick. I don't know. I guess it's just telling you it's not purple or colorized. I would say it looks whitish, kind of whitish clear. All right, we might as well just finish this off here and put you down, because we can always glue on top of it, you know, so don't feel like, oh, that's like a big block of this beside a big block of that. Nope, we have our ways to deal with that. So we have some map. That map always looks cool. And I have this strip here, so maybe we could put some map in there. Maybe, just maybe, because I've got so much, maybe I'll put a piece of white. Yeah, I know you didn't see that coming, did you? All right, so I have these strips. I might as well use them. All right, putting this down. Yeah, okay. Thumb technique. Put that there. Bridging. Probably right on the spine. Oh well, it happens. Happens to the best of us. It's okay though. That's some map. Yeah, if you find old maps, those are great crafting supplies. There we go. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, that looks really cool. Okay, so I've got a lot of little, like this kind of stuff. Who knows what we're going to do with that. And we've got this, and that's a little piece of map ski. The blue piece, that's kind of cool. Maybe I could put a blue piece there. It's a little short, but it could work. Maybe because I could put things on the intersections. Okay, let's do that. And hit this here. Do that. Stick this down in the middle of that. So I've still got this corner and that corner, which I could add something there because I'm feeling very bold. All right, so some more white stuff. You go over there. Here's some nice, pretty, deep creams and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. Oh, hey, this might be perfect. Yep, now we got some green going on. Okay, so this is some old ledger paper or graph paper. If you want to jazz it up a bit, you can do that. And remember, if it doesn't quite reach all the way, you just come in with some extra stuff and cover it up. So don't sweat about it. If it's not big enough or it's too big, you're not stuck. Just kind of keep gluing it down and see what happens. Okay, so let's go this way. All right, there we go. So I have some little edge there. Oh, look what I have. I have one of those again. This is a pretty edged piece. And I might put, look, you buckled on me. You buckled. Okay, I might put you here to define you a little bit more. Yeah, let's do some definition with these little missing pieces. They're kind of cool. So a masterboard doesn't always have to be done on just a square piece of paper or on a file folder. You can do it on whatever you have. It can be something with structure, something with not so much structure. There's a nice brown piece. Here's this. Look at it. Now I found all the colory stuff, but that's okay because we're still in the throes of decorating this. So, ooh, this is pretty. And that just looks like I stamped something. Oh, maybe there. Maybe I want to tear it. Yeah. And then give my nice little torn edge look. I would like that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Make sure we get the tear. My fingers are sticky from the glue, so yep, that's what's happening. That's what's going down. Alright, so I have two of these pieces. That's cool. And maybe I want to ink it up to make a little bit of definition. You can ink it up with different colors. Doesn't matter. Different colors look really cool. But I tend to lean towards the muted, neutrally kind of colors because then I can use it in any junk journal. I can morph it to match the theme if I do a themed journal. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do that. That's kind of pretty. Let's see. That little torn edge. Let's give you a bit of an ink. And I'm just going to break the straight line there. Of course, there's also that. That would have looked cool. Maybe I should have stuck it there. Do something else there because there's already green there. Yeah, let me try that. Okay, put that there. And I got this. Come over. I gotta do this little end. Okay, where are we going here? Get a hold of yourself, sister. Running amok. All right, having entirely too much fun. Okay, here we go. Okie dokie. There we are. We've done that. See, they don't even have to line up because there's no rules. That's why. You may be led astray that others will tell you there are rules, and there might be rules in others' worlds, not our world. We're allowed to go off the map, do whatever. I love this little piece of paper. Isn't that a great little piece of paper? It's like a coffee-dyed, inky little random schmutzy piece. Those are Crafter Gold. We'll put you over here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's kind of neat. Yep, you got to go there. You just look really cool. All right, that's some of that hand. It was ugly scrapbook paper turned pretty. I just threw a lot of gelatos and other stuff on it and made it pretty. So these weird intersections that really don't... yeah, these weird intersections, you can just glue something on them. Yeah, like, it's okay. There's things you can do with that so it doesn't look so weird. Oh, look at this cool old handwriting. For colic... Carusonide, chamomile, sorry. Chamomile tea, knee and elbow exercise for gas and stomach. So I guess it kind of covers everything. Yep. It's, you know how they say it's good for the immune system? Silicare for bad hands, I think. Yeah. Oh, and quarter cup of borax starch and for calamine. I like the way they acted out the songs. 5 gallons gas cans. Okay, so, you know, these little odd remnants from life, they're just so cool. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yabbering about. Okay, here's a cool little piece of paper. I don't know what it is. Just something stuck from something. I don't know. It's kind of cool, though. I'm going to put that there. Or maybe I'll put a sticker there. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a sticker like this purpley one. Because I've got a little bit of purple, blue, purple. That's kind of a groovy thing going there. Let's do that. Right here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got it. I know it's 3.5. I know. But, you know, I got it. Okay, now. So I'm giving myself double the work because I'm thinking I'm so successful. I got the sticker, but I know in my heart of hearts I really need to give it a little extra glue, especially on those little edges. I call them the peely-uppies. Yeah, okay. And then some in the center. Okay, and you can go on an angle. You don't have to go straight. There's no straight, right, upside, downside to this. It's just splutch. Okay, so now I think we've covered all the main areas. Let's cover our glue because we don't want to forget about that. I'm going to back up so you can see more. And now I'm going to trim this like I know what I'm doing. Okay, so you could do this many ways. You could do it with the craft knife, big scissors, little scissors. What's that? That's kind of cool. I think the long straightaways, I'm going to come in with the bigger scissors and just trim these little edges down. Okay. And I want to come in with these little scissors. Get around the corners. Okay, and we get in there. Yeah. All right. Let me just trim along here. Get all that off. And do a little roundy cut here. I'm going to look for the scissor that seems to make sense with the little spot that you got. And just go with that. Alright, here's a longer one. A longer straightaway. So I'm going to use a longer bladed scissor. Okay. And I'm going to get in here. Trimming these little bits off. So I guess this is kind of a craft with me. You just never know what you're going to get until the party's over. Some of these are frail enough you can just tear off, which is not a bad idea. Alright. Little fussy cutting scissors for these little, well, not my favorite side job, fussy cutting, but sometimes it's relaxing. Today's not one of those days. It's okay, that's still fun. There we go. Get in those little areas because that's where my strongest pieces are going to reside. Know how to get that little piece out. Keep whacking away at it, maybe it'll fall out. Okay, there we go. Here's a little piece that needs to come off. Alright, right there. And around the corner. Almost home. Bigger scissors here, I can get some headway. We like headway in the craft world. Okay, here we go. Alright. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right, here we are. All right, I think we're okay. What's that, an edge? We don't know exactly what that is. Let's go assess the situation. It's a weird edge that needs to be removed. Let's work on that. Sometimes we have to little fussy cut these little corners. Yeah. All right. There we go. Okay, let's clear the decks. This is how you clean your desk when everybody's looking. You just shove it over there. Stuck. Okay. There, shove it over there. Now we have this, and we're very happy we have this. Let's grab some of our stickers that we ran. Oh, that's a duplicate, so we don't want that. So we have these. We gotta put some flower stickers on here because it is springtime, and I'm liking that. Oh, that's pretty. All right, maybe down here. Maybe close to the butterfly. Maybe right there. That's a good spot right there. Yeah. All right. So, oh, no, I got that on number 1. I was going to say I could demonstrate how I'm just going to glue the whole thing down, which is really nothing more than just gluing the whole thing down. So I'll do that on the next one. I won't even count. I won't do the count. I'll just do it because this actually gives me so many more steps that are, I think, unnecessary. I just do. Okay, there we go. That's good. All right. So this is the back thing. So we're going to get rid of that because sometimes that gets in the way. Here, that's kind of pretty, but not the right place. Here, maybe? Got something there. We don't have any flower here. We need flower. Oh. How about, we could put something in a picture. Like that could be her bonnet. Her bathing okay, you want to see closer? That could be her bathing bonnet. It could also be a garbage bag, and I'm not sure. So maybe we could put a flower in her arm. In her arm. Like somebody gave her a rose. Yeah, that's kind of cute. I like that. Although that probably is her bathing bonnet. It looks like it has like a little strap. And I don't want to ruin the, we could just put that there. That's kind of pretty. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here, I'm just going to glue the whole darn thing. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so here, I put it up here. And I just thought that popped there. So really, once you take off the backing, no, it's a clear backing. I was just going to say it's going to look more transparent, but that's not really true. Now, is it possible this will peel off the backing? Maybe, but it'll probably happen like 100 years from now, and I'll be long gone. So, you know, come find me. There we go. That actually looks really pretty. I'll do something here. I don't know what it is, though. Oh, what's that? Okay, I did have little bits of material. Oh, I'd like to use that where it's contrasting, though. Maybe that. That looks kind of, no, I need something down here more weighted to counterbalance that. Just go with this. And this stuff is supposed to be good for light fabric projects too, which is, it's very, so the material is coming apart as I'm using it, but if I glue it down enough, it should stick. All right. Yeah, as long as it doesn't stick to my thumb. There we go. There. All right. Okay, so let me back up so you can see the whole project. This is the whole, you can almost see the whole project. Let me back up a little bit more. Okay, the whole project. Okay, so this, see these little connection areas, sometimes I like to do something. This seems to be coming off. We cannot let that happen. Down you go. I want to put down some little things. And I think these stickers, I've already got 1, 2, 3 of those. Maybe I'll put something here. There's a little girl. She might seem a little place. Maybe she'd be better over here. She might be good right there. Yeah, right here. Where do you want to be? Maybe under mash cooler? Okay, we'll put you, but there's a person there, so that might be weird. Not the right piece. Okay, sometimes you try and find the right piece. It's not the right piece, so you got to go find a different piece. So let me get, I'm going to grab punched pieces, and we can just put random pieces on here because that's fun. I got a bunch of these. These are not technically, these are actually stickers, but they might be good for color. Yeah, let's see what we got. Okay. I think that's supposed to be camera, but spelled wrong, I think. Don't know. So 1, 2. Nope. That's it. You're getting glued. That's it. No muss, no fuss. Okay, let's put that there. How about grape jelly? I think that's kind of cool. We won't bother peeling you off. You're just going to get stuck. How about grape jelly? And this little white space here. Now let's look for those odd unions. There was a try odd union. Here's like something you could put there. So let's see what we have. We have this white flower, which is a yellow flower there. But it's a white flower there. What would look better? Oh, here. Maybe a white flower. So sometimes you got to look at the back and the front of your little pieces that you made. And then you can kind of just put them there at little intersections. They look kind of cool. Now this is a little neat piece. He looked like he wants to belong in the show here. So we'll put you maybe over here. Oh, is that not covered? That is not covered, so here we go. Yep, went on an angle, but that happens. This can maybe cover. Can you see me? Probably can't even see me. Yes, you can. All right, that one last little piece there. All right, and you're down. And that means I have to trim you, because you're definitely sticking out. There we go. Okay, there we are. All right, I think you need like a home base here or something. These are kind of cool. Somebody gave me these coffee filter things. That's kind of cool. And we could put something on it, like a circle-y thing. Ooh, that's pretty. How about that in the center? That's kind of cool. And we could even ink it, make it look extra cool. So you just kind of use what you have. You just mass make a bunch of stuff, put it in separate little things like drawers or little pouches that you make. You put that down. Okay. Here's the glue. There you go. Get this, glue. Huh? I didn't do a good job there. Let me get the edges better. I don't know where up is. There's up. Okay, got that. Get some glue on here if you can roll that off. If you're quick about it. Let's see. Oh, what are you? Oops, some kind of weird. There were some pretty pages and I just punched out some funny little shapes. I don't even know what it is. I'll just dump you back in the bucket. Here's another one of those flowers. This is a purple one. Oh, there was purple somewhere. It was on this one. And maybe I can do like a shadow image on this. I got glue all over it now. Similar, but not exact. I'm gonna turn it a little shadow image there. There we go. Picking up that kind of tone, those tones. Where'd you go? You're not even near the center. There he is. Better. Yeah, that's looking good. We can go a little further. Yes, we can. There's some random butterflies. You know, very gentle because these are very, very delicate. And oh, there's a butterfly there. So we don't have too many butterflies, but put one there in the circle. Yep. Okay, there's one there. And what else do we have here? Oh, look, that butterfly's got. Oh, hang on. Oh, I got this one with words on it. He's kind of cool. So we'll put him on something blank. There's a punch. It was just a little paper punch of a butterfly. Oh, maybe here, right on the picture edge. That's cool. All right, that's kind of neat. To move you a little bit that way, so you're not on the spine. Whoop! Don't tear. I know you want to. Don't. No. Okay. There we go. Maybe something there. Maybe a small little sticker. I'm not pulling the backs off any of these anymore. I'm over it. I am over it. Stickers are fun until they're not. Yeah, that's what it goes. Giving that a little end vision. Could put something right there. Maybe this one. I have these funny little stickers, like tags. I don't know what they're, labels or something. Where was that? Yeah, no, not there. That's too close to everybody else. Maybe there. Okay. And okay. This is kind of a cool piece. I don't really have any place for it, but maybe it's going to go here or here or here. Let's see. Let's see if we can find a spot. This is a wax. I think it might have been a crayon. I'm not sure. I don't remember anymore, honestly. But it might have been a crayon wax melted and then punched, maybe. I'm not sure. But maybe on that intersection, that would be cool. So let me ink that up a little bit. Give it a little definition. And then some glue. Glue. And this might take Fabrifix because it's a little thicker, but we'll try and get as much glue as we can on it. Didn't get any on the other side. Okay. All right. All right, it's okay to like over glue onto things you've already glued down. It's totally okay. All right, so that's pretty good. Maybe something a little around here. Let's just, do you want to be on there? You might, huh? You might like you stepping on that. You just kind of, you pop out there. You're kind of cute. I think I'll put you there. You've been showing up several times today saying, I want to be part of this project. So now you're going to be stepping on the edge of that. So you're a big, tall girl. Look at you in the corner. So that's her. When she got older, that was her when she was young. You can't see that. Let me show you. There you go. That was young. That's what she grew into. I know. Beautiful. Okay. Now you can take it from here and put some rubber stamps on, which would be really cool. Oh, I see something I want to add. It's on my floor. Of course. And let's see this and this. And maybe that would be good. Okay, so here's a big flower. Oh, this is a blacky brown leaf. Where would that go? Here, maybe. Could also go down here. That might be kind of cool. Let's stick it there. All right, just give it a little black accent is always nice. There we go. There we go. Down you go. Okay, so now put your glue back on. Somewhere, go find your black ink. There you are. Black soot. It's relatively new. Should be good going. And we're just going to put some random stamps on here. Willy-nilly. Yeah, willy-nilly. Here we go. We're not really caring what's below us. It might be over the fold. And we're going to do this one. Okay. Don't think about it, Pam. Just put it down. All right, okay. Okay, that's good. Another one. And this is just, leveling up. We're leveling up. Okay, and you can go half on, half off. They don't have to be perfect or anything. Okay, here. There, that's kind of cool. I really like this stamp, so I'm going to use it a lot on here. It's kind of a pretty stamp. Sorry, don't know where I got it. No name on it. Okay, there. Got some stamps. Maybe this one again, maybe something over here. Kind of half coming off the picture. There. There. Let's see, right over the butterfly. See that? It was very nilly in my willy there. So, and you can do smaller ones too. It doesn't have to be the big ones all the time. So let's say you've got some little viney things from peg stamps. One there. One here. There. Over here. In there. Up here. Just, again, the willy-nilly approach. And somehow it starts to look cool. I don't know why. It just does. All right. And then, for my next trick, where are we? We can do, let's grab the old Stabilo. Aquarellable Stabilo marker 8046. Water-soluble graphite pencil. And maybe we just want to do some defining. Maybe anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Just put out a line. You don't really have to be neat about it either. You can just sort of do it. I'm like really not neat about it. But it's going to, where it will, right? Okay. And we'll see if we can get it to dissolve with some paper. With some water. Go around this butterfly and amp him up a little bit. Okay, I don't know how it's going to work on the picture, but we'll see. Anywhere you see intersections is a good place. You can kind of follow things. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. Just sort of do it. It's just going to give you a little bit more definition between pieces. Like if there's not enough definition, just come in here and you make definition. It's really kind of cool. There's some there, here, maybe here, there, here, and over here. Can you see? Oh, let me back up a little bit. Okay. Oh, needs in here. Okay. All right. All right. Got quite a bit on there, but we're doing well. All right. Okay. Let me get a Q-tip. And we'll let the magic begin. We're going to grab our good old friendly hand cup. Always at the ready. Get this in here. I'll take it a little closer so you can see what's going on. I'll take it in sections. Mm-hmm. Nope. Mm-hmm. There, we're going to start over here first. Okay. Just makes it blossom and bloom. It dissolves the graphite, and then you get this more intense look to it. Okay, and just follow what you go. You don't have to be like fuss. You just sort of go. You can always put more down, but maybe let it dry first if you're going to put more down. I got that. There's this. Am I in the field of view? Yes. Okay. I got that. Okay, now over here. Yeah. 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 It's all about aging and weathering and vintaging and antiquing and primitiving and rusticing, grunging. Yep. This is good. Yep. All right, so we've amped it up a little bit. And, okay, so I'm drying my hand cup, wiping it on my shorts like a good crafter. And I'm going to splatter a little bit. I can literally only reach one ink splatter thingy. I think I made this from food color. Well, it's going to be a big mess. And just totally changing it, right? Yeah. I'm not going to do her too much. Maybe just around. Oh, I could do it in the edges. Totally changing it. Okay. There. All right, so we're going to let that dry for a little bit. And I think we're going to cut it apart. Probably should wait a little bit. It would be better to wait, but I can cut it with scissors now, even though it's wet. So we're going to do that for the sake of this. Okay, getting in there and cutting. And if you see any little areas that it came apart, you can always glue them down. You can always glue down your whole project with Mod Podge, if you're so inclined. There should be 4 pieces here when we're done. There. Got those. This is a big piece. Huh? That could be like a front of a journal, or you could turn it into a big pocket or something like that if you want to store stuff in it. Is it the same size as this one? Ooh, we could actually sew them together maybe. They don't exactly fit. It's all right though. We could cut off the top and the bottom and just use the centers. But we shall see, because I'm not sure what I'm going to use these for yet, but I think I will ink the edges just for fun because I'm here. So there we go. That always livens it up a little bit now, doesn't it? Yes, it does. All right, so we have nicely made a masterboard out of a oatmeal box. Yeah, that was going to end up in the trash, in the landfill. It wasn't going to be repurposed. It was going to be the end of its journey, but no. We came along and gave it new life. Decided we were going to do some, so make a nice little bookmark. I think I need to do some trimming right there. It didn't stick down right. Okay. It's okay. It's just... No. There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to trim this right off. Kind of a wonky little piece. There. There we go. So these things could be very cool little bookmarks or belly bands or side top pockets. Just a million and one things you can do with things like this when you make them. And maybe you want to come along and round the corners with your, what is this? This is a crocodile corner chomper. Okay, by We Are Memory Keepers. Open that, trim it. It also trims wet. As you can see, it's very wet. And I am trimming it. Yeah. Alright, so we just have these little Mod Podge pieces, which are kind of cool. Mod Podged, collaged, and masterboarded. So yeah, I think we made her proud. She's going places now. Yep, she's gonna get dates. Things are happening. All right, and there we go. So I hope you had fun. Let me see if I can find. Oh, you're right here, right on cue, Mr. Snuffleupagus. Come here. Oh, a little sleepy today, and the face is not quite show ready, but here we are. Anyway, okay, we're not showing the lower face because we had a little snack, and we might be a little messy. So this is Sunshine, Junior Cup Pup Reporter, always ready for his pup date. Didn't have his face washed, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, you just got to roll with the punches. So it's been good. There's been lots of bird activity in the house. There's been mayhem and chaos and fun and play, and everything is just fine. And the green fruit was eaten. Yes, the green fruit was eaten. So, not by Sunshine. And what else? There were squirrels and noises at the front door, people coming and going. You know, there was games of chase. Sunshine was evaded all capture until, of course, he wanted to be captured and cuddled, and then he was a lot. Yeah, it was good. So I'm going back to hunt for the snacks that I cannot find. I'm going to sleep now. Good night, everybody. Sunshine out. Okay, very good. Very nicely done. Down you go. Okay, so I am also going to sign off now, but first of all, I'm going to just let you know I have a free monthly email newsletter. You can sign up. The link is down below, and if you cannot find that place, this is a link to all my links. So if you want to painstakingly type that into your device, it will bring you to a page that has hyperlinks for my newsletter, my Etsy shop, my Amazon shop, my merchandise shop, all my social media links, and all that stuff. So if you don't know, my videos come out Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time when I upload them correctly. Yes. Okay. So I had a little glitch on that last week. Sorry about that. I put it on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. It happens. Okay. I have an Etsy shop, so when I have journals and FUNDLEs and bits, kits and yeah, those kinds of things, they're for sale in my Etsy shop as long as they're available. And I have Digikits, which are printable, downloadable images of over 300 different kits now. Birds, butterflies, dragonflies, Victorian stuff. You just name it, and it is there. Lots of flowers and celestial. I always think of the same 5. I've got over 300. And so if you don't like to print or don't have a printer, I offer a print and mail service. All you do is buy the print and mail option, and then you give me the name of 10 Digikits. And I only need the first 2 or 3 words of the name, and you send that list to my Etsy contact or Etsy message link and say, I just bought your print and mail. I would like these 10. And that will get you 50 printed pages on nice lightweight cardstock, as each kit has 5 pages. And I also sell FUNDLEs, which are collections of old and interesting paper. You get 100+ pieces of antique ledger, checks, receipts, postcards, black and white photos, music paper, dictionary paper, antique and vintage book pages, all sorts of things in there. Free priority mail shipping is included with that. And I also have an Amazon shop if you're looking for favorite tools and supplies that you see me use here on the Paper Outpost. I do my best to put links in there for you. It is an affiliate link, so it does help my shop if you purchase from those links, but you do not pay more for the items for using my links. So thanks very much for your support. And also, you can find me on Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Come and join our Facebook group. We're doing a lot of fun over there, having a lot of fun doing challenges weekly and monthly, and seeing what you guys make from these video ideas. And also remember that fun can be simple, and create with reckless abandon. I'll see you soon, everybody. Take care. Keep crafting. Bye.